What's up, bro? Today we will be talking about how to literally implement a superpower to your life. And as you've read the title, the superpower is positive self-talk. Why is it a superpower? Well, technically, because every time something relies on you and your actions, whether or not your brain says you are able to do it or not, is directly implementing your chance of succeeding. So, on the men's logic, what do you think is better? To have something inside of you rooting for you to achieve success, or something inside of you telling you that you're not able to do that? Because we as humans have, I'd say, three kinds of self-talk: positive, negative, and neutral, where you have a bit of both. Most of the people are somewhere in the neutral, but it is somehow a spectrum. So it's not that 100, 150, 50. But most of us get to know how it is to get a positive self-talk. You've experienced it. But also many times you've experienced negative self-talk. Your brain fearing something, feeling fear inside, being coward in a situation, feeling like not doing something because you're not able to achieve it. Now imagine that every time, or almost every time, you try to do something, your brain says you will succeed. Don't you think that it will literally improve your chance of succeeding 2 times, 3 times? Instead of hearing, no, you can do this because. So not to take your precious time, the way to manipulate your self-talk so it is more positive can be split into 2 categories, I'd say. It's about reality and about what's inside of you. So what's about inside of you? Let's start, because reality is more complex. You have to use your imagination. So you simply fake it till you make it. That's the popular catchphrase. So anytime you're about to do something that you want to achieve success in, so I don't know, you want to talk to this girl, you want to lift that 80 kg, 100 kg bench press, you just say to yourself, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna succeed. You manually implement those thoughts inside of your brain. You manually say that, yeah, I'm gonna succeed. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And with time, your brain is more likely to put those kinds of message into you. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Also, another thing you can do with your mind, but a bit more complicated, a bit more in-depth, rather than just saying, yeah, I can succeed, I can leave that bar, is visualization. You've probably heard about this. So what you do is you simply close your eyes and use your imagination to play a video of you doing the thing you are about to do. So before you leave that bar, you imagine yourself lifting this bar. Before you talk to this girl, you take a deep breath. That's some good tip for speaking to people, especially to people of different gender you want to get some relationship with. You just take a deep breath and imagine this conversation going well. You don't plan everything you say, but imagine that, yeah, they're responsive, they don't reject you on the first word, they're not mean, and the conversation keeps going. You're more likely to succeed in the conversation if you, in your own brain, you have an image of success. So, what you can do to implement the self-talk just from nothing, just because, is that you manually, consciously put thoughts in your mind that are positive. Because self-talk is 95%, I'd say, subconscious. It happens naturally. So, as I've said at the beginning, that you have this or this or this type, neutral, positive, negative, something in between, you can't get rid of it completely. You won't get rid of your self-talk. You can't turn it off. It just has. It just is there. So whether or not you leave it the way it is, so probably neutral or negative, because a lot of people are in this stage. It's your choice whether or not you leave it there or you improve it. And here we come to the reality where you don't just rely on nothing. So at first, with it being subconscious, where do you think it takes its roots? Where do you think this self-talk comes from? The way you talk to yourself naturally, from your mental health. So now, the first step to improve some real changes into yourself, not just some temporary, well, not temporary, but immediate effects for a short time, as repeating a phrase that you're gonna do it, that you're gonna do X, you have to improve your mental health. Because the reason why a lot of people are in the negative spectrum, part of spectrum, is because these days a lot of people have fucked up mental health. Spending their time on their phones, a lot of hours scrolling TikTok, Instagram, eating shitty food, staying at home for a lot of time, stressing about job or studies or school. Those are things that break us. Some of them are pleasurable at the moment, some of them are not, but almost all of those things that I mentioned and similar to those, bring your mental health down with time. And with your mental health going down, you're less likely to have a positive self-talk, which we've talked is literal superpower, literal breakthrough towards achieving your goals. So what you're gonna do right now is you're gonna work on your mental health, and it's not going to come in a week, it's not going to come in a month. But if you dedicate yourself to this, you're likely to achieve it. You're likely to improve your mental health. And as you go with this, train what we've talked like a couple of minutes ago. Repeat to yourself, yeah, I'm positive. I'm improving my mental health. My mental health is good. Anytime you feel like it, anytime you remember me advising you to do this, usually close your eyes or even not and say, my mental health is getting better. If you do it 10 times, 20, 30, 40, by a small bit, your mental health will be getting better. So this is part of the real things you have to implement to yourself, like somewhere really in depth of you, not just in the imagination appearing right now. But the reality really comes to what we have around us. And here we also can improve our self-talk with proof of success. So proof of success is literally when you already do something and use it as an example that you are able to do it again or do something similar but harder. That's why we're talking about this now, because if you don't have a positive self-talk, it's easier to start with speaking to yourself than to already achieving something. So when you want to prove to yourself that you're able to lift this 100 kilo bench press, you go to the gym and you train your chest. You see your strength getting better and better with every training, because you train hard, because you put your dedication into it. And with time, you are making yourself believe that you are able to achieve this PR of 100 kilo, because you have a literal proof for it. So if your brain doubts whether or not you are able to do it, and things start to do this negative self-talk that maybe he's not gonna do it, maybe he's not strong enough, here comes that you've already lifted 90 kilograms. Here comes that you've done progress for the last 5 weeks in a streak, that every time you are able to lift a little bit more, a little bit harder. Seeing that it's a linear action towards the certain point where you achieve this goal, as the example I've used, 100 kilogram bench press. So that's why I'm talking about this now, because it's not so easy to implement action when you fear to take action because of the negative self-talk. But after you implement the things I talked in the past of this video, so it's talking to yourself, visualization, start to improve your mental health, you are able to start achieving smaller things. You are able to start achieving the thing you want to do. You start to try. As you try, you provide yourself with a proof. And the proof is something that implements more positive self-talk in yourself. The more positive self-talk, using all of those things, makes you try again. And maybe fail, maybe succeed partially. But it also being a proof that you are able to achieve it as you go with. This improving your positive self-talk. This making you try again. This making your self-talk better. And the cycle of you snowballing to success is getting faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And with that momentum, you have to achieve the success. If you stay with that momentum of going towards your goal, you accelerate your self-talk. We've talked is a superpower towards achieving goals. If you use it to try to get some proof, use that proof to boost your self-talk and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. If you don't achieve success, I don't believe you've really done what we've talked about. That's it for today. Hope this video was valuable. You can leave a subscribe so more of those appear on your For You page, because sometimes YouTube messes this up. If you found it somehow valuable, leave a like so more people are able to see it, and now go and make your way to a better future.